I know.
Okay. Take 3.
Round 3. I'm trying to get this done because the camera keeps shutting off. And as much as I love listening to my sweet grandmother talk, I just want this to be over.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Last 5 questions, and we're having someone make sure that the camera don't shut off.
Doesn't.
It's really now the time to be correcting me on my English.
Go,
okay.
go, come on, take 3.
Okay.
Technical difficulty is now solved.
Okay. Once again, have you completed all the goals you set as a young adult?
No, thank goodness. No, when I was younger, I wanted to have 12 kids, and I am very happy that I did not complete that goal. I had 3, and I thought, oh, that was a crazy idea.
Especially my mother being the last.
No, it had nothing to do with that. It was that there were 2 parents, and that 3rd child was on their own. It could have been the oldest one. I mean, generally it would be the oldest one, and you got to catch them.
So what you're saying is, you're glad that you didn't complete all your goals.
Yes, because I think your goals change. I think
Make new ones.
You go from A to B, and you think, oh, I don't want to go that way. Now I want to go to the right.
Right. You change your path.
Yeah. So you just adapt, and your ideas change, and your desires change.
Sometimes you're not meant to go on the path you think you're supposed to.
Yeah. Right. So.
Okay.
I'm happy where I am.
I'm glad.
With what I've done, so
Good.
it's a good thing.
Do you experience more respect from young adults now that you are older? So now that you've experienced like some of the negative aspects of aging, do you ever experience like positive influences from those younger than you?
Yes. I mean, I consider them positive. And I have never experienced the negative. I've witnessed the negative.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure my day will come, but I have not experienced it. The positive things is when you get feedback over a long period of time about who you are and the difference you've made
In people's lives.
Right. So one thing is my sister, who has said to me over and over, if you never do another thing in your life, you have done enough. And so I try to remember that. If I never do, and of course you got to get up every morning, or you want to get up every morning. But like students coming back just to visit, young adults that were in my congregation coming back just to visit, or the opportunity that's given to you when you retire for people to express to you what you meant to them. And some of it's very surprising because you just did it. I mean, that's just how you are and who you are.
Yeah, like you weren't trying to make an impact on them, but you did.
Right.
So you're saying like you experience the most respect when like people appreciate what you've done for them as a person.
Yeah, and they don't have to say, oh, thank you.
Right.
It's just that
their
you have
acts,
right.
their actions.
Right. And you have that they succeed, and you know that you were part of that. It's a very nice feeling. That's a positive of living a long time.
Okay. Do you believe that previous decisions as a young adult have affected your current health status, and if so, what destructive behaviors?
Well, I can think of 2 things that I might have done differently. One is I started smoking in 7th grade. There were I don't know if it would have made any difference if there were warnings on a cigarette pack, but back then I don't think they realized what we were doing to ourselves. And
definitely. Especially in 7th grade, I mean, you don't really know much of anything.
No,
anyways.
and I continued to smoke until I was
don't know either.
I continued to smoke until I was 40, and I have asthma, so I'm thinking that maybe the smoking affected the asthma. The other thing is I wish I had chosen to do yoga as an exercise as opposed to just jogging and running.
Right, because of the strain.
Yeah, because of that solid impact on your joints, where yoga, you end up more flexible, and I am way not flexible. So.
And it helps strengthen you too. I mean, like, lots of people, like, get really strong, like, even, like, you know, I know it's more of a feminine thing, but guys that do it too, they're like, really strong.
Well, I do wish I had done that, and I don't know what it would be like to try to start now. Yes, and and sometimes pushing yourself, like in barrel racing, pushing myself beyond what my body was saying, you're tired, you better quit,
Right, as we said before, I mean, you guys obviously didn't catch it, but she talked about how, when she was at a barrel racing clinic, she pushed herself too long, and now she has some hip issues.
I pulled some muscles. And they'll always be an issue, but.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
And if you don't know what barrel racing is, you can look it up online. I don't know if I said that in the previous questions, but I don't know if they caught it or not.
Okay,
but okay. So have you developed a sense of consistency in your personal identity with age?
I know what's important to me. I have a sense of who I am. I don't feel like I have to prove myself. I haven't for quite a long time. I think turning 50 is I'm well beyond 50, but turning 50 is one of the pivotal changes. And, I can remember loving turning 50 because you get up and you say, oh, I haven't done it. I'm 50. I guess I don't have to, you know? So, yes, I know who I am in a way, but I don't think that I'm static. I think I'm still opening up to a deeper understanding of who I am and what the possibilities in life are.
Right, I think that, makes a point of saying that, especially in this class, we learned that, human development is a lifelong process. You never stop growing and changing as a person. I mean, maybe a little bit physically, but I mean, there's still changes, and you grow as a person, and that's.
And if you don't, if you don't, then you start living in fear, because there are some people that, remember how it was, and it's not like that anymore. It's like your music. I was told by a friend, well, when you're getting older, when your kids' music sounds like noise. And so I listen to your radio station just so it won't sound like noise. So I can try to understand it, It's not my first choice. I would choose the classical station, but I do listen to it.
Do you appreciate it?
I appreciate the energy of it.
Good. Well, that's always good. Keep an open mind.
Some of it is awful vulgar for me, but I appreciate the energy.
Okay. Well, finally, our last question for the third time. Do you ever find yourself comparing your abilities and current health and social status to others your age, and does this help or hurt your mentality? So as far as, abilities physically, or where you stand, socially with other people, how well off you're doing compared to your friends. Do you ever find yourself, comparing yourself to other couples your age?
Not to other couples. Well, if I did, I would say we come out just super fine because we like each other.
Right, I think all your friends are pretty this on the same level anyways.
We have, the friends that we really have, the close friends, they are strong in their marriage and strong as couples, and they've been married a while. I'm not going to have too many friends that are 20 years younger than me. So,
right.
We're often married the longest because we were married so young. But I do find occasionally comparing myself still, even at 69, when people start talking about how much they've traveled and places that they've seen, and because there are people, I remember my mother used to always try to say, well, you got to go somewhere. You've got to take those kids. They've got to see this. They've got to see that. And, you know, and in the beginning, we didn't have the money to do it. And I realize now at 69, almost 70, that if it was really that important to me to go to Italy, to go to, you know, the Antarctica and see the penguins, I would do it.
Right.
Because there are many other things that I've chosen to do, and even having this farm.
Yeah, I mean, like, you decided
it was and the indoor
it.
arena and the outdoor arena and now the parking lot and putting on horse shows. These are things that have been important enough to me to
make it happen.
generate the energy to make it happen. So I still, you know, there's that little thing of, oh, I wonder what it would be like to walking down the streets in Rome, but I must not wonder too much because I haven't bought a ticket to go anywhere.
Right.
You know, we're lucky we leave the farm.
Yeah.
So,
it's a good place to be, though. So
we like it, and I think we have created an atmosphere here for decompressing and acceptance. And I don't know how we did that, but I see it in the animals for one thing.
Yeah, you don't have to question it.
Yeah.
Just let it be.
So.
Okay, well, I think we're finally done. Did it not stop, Jade?
You're good.
Oh. 3 is the prize.
Good job. Okay.